Welcome to my channel, guys. We are back for another fragrance review, and today I'm going to be talking about Emperor EDP by Parfums Vintage, so stay tuned. First of all, guys, if you like the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below for more fragrance reviews, clone comparisons, and top lists. I really do appreciate it, and it helps me grow my channel. Now today we're going to talk about Parfums Vintage Emperor EDP. This has top notes of pineapple, juniper berry, and apple. The middle notes are jasmine, bergamot, and rose. And the base notes are birch, ambergris, patchouli, musk, and vanilla. Now before I get into what this smells like, this is one of Parfums Vintage clones of Aventus. This is designed to be basically a clone of an older batch of Aventus. A lot of people compare this one to a 2015 batch, so I was really excited to try this one out, see what it smells like, and see what an older version of Aventus really smells like. In the opening blast, I get a very realistic, very juicy, fruity accord. This does include, of course, pineapple, but I also do get apple and a little bit of juniper berry. That does actually begin to die down a little bit fairly quickly. Now, of course, it's still very, very strongly pineapple-y, very fruity still, but within a couple minutes, I do start to detect the birch starting to come out as well. And the birch is a really, really nice, high-quality birch. To me, it actually smells like I'm standing right beside a birchwood tree and smelling it, basically. And along with that, I do get a little bit of a hint of a kind of piney smell. It smells kind of like pine needles. So this is actually really nice, and it does create a nice imagery. It reminds me of standing in the outdoors, maybe on the West Coast near a bunch of birch trees, and really breathing deeply, really smelling these nice birchy, piney fragrances. And then that's mixed in with a nice fruity accord as well, with the pineapple and the apple and the juniper berries as well. Now the vibrant, fruity nature of this does stay quite a while, and this does move into the dry down quite a bit. So it is still present, and it is still there for quite some time. I get that nice fruity vibe for at least 2 to 3 hours. And over the course of that time, I do start to pick up those top notes starting to fade, and bergamot becomes a little bit more easy to pick up, although it doesn't ever, to my nose, become quite as loud as the pineapple or the apple. But it certainly does, as this starts to dry down, become a little bit more apparent, and it is there adding a nice citrusy aspect to this fragrance. To me, the birch becomes the center stage at this point, and it's very dominant, so I do get a lot of birch. I get that mixed with a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of ambergris, making a little bit of sweetness, but not overly sweet. And this does, to me, create a very masculine scent, a lot of masculine appeal to this. The birch is very woody, it's very realistic, and to me it does have a lot of masculinity there, which I do actually enjoy quite a bit. Along with this birch and the ambergris and the vanilla, I do start to also pick up a little bit of musk as well. So primarily, I think when this dries down for me, I get a musky birch. And this is really nice because the musk does go well with the birch, making it very masculine and very, very appealing. Now this one has really good projection and performance for me. So I did get about 3 hours of projection with really good sillage for 4 hours. And I can say that some people did comment around the office that they could smell this one in the air several hours after I had sprayed it. And I actually did have somebody compliment me on this probably past the 8-hour mark. So honestly, I only could really pick it up on my skin for about 8 hours, but it certainly was still there, and it was something that people could still pick up on. So I think ultimately this has a lot of longevity to it. Probably on my skin it was pushing around 10 hours. Obviously not pushing off my skin that whole time. Nice projection for about 3 hours. Creates a nice scent bubble with a nice sillage, a nice scent trail after that. And by the 8-hour mark, it is certainly more of a skin scent, but it is definitely still there. And this is one of the things that I think is really great. So for me, when I can compare this to like a 2018 batch of Aventus, I went nose blind to that within a couple hours. This one, on the other hand, it doesn't make me go nose blind to it so quickly. I can still pick it up on my skin. I still get a lot of nice sillage out of this one for several hours after wearing it. So it is really nice that it's one of those ones that you're able to smell on yourself. And ultimately, that's one of the best parts. I mean, there's nothing better than wearing a great smelling fragrance that you can smell too, and you can also enjoy. So overall, I'd say this one smells a lot more appealing and a lot more enjoyable than any of the newer batches of Aventus that I have smelled. And to me, I really liked it. This, to me, made me understand a little bit more why people get so hyped up about Aventus. When I first smelled the 2018 batch, I did enjoy it, I did like it. I wasn't sure why it was as popular as it is, even though I did like it. For me, for this Emperor EDP, I really like this one. I can see why people enjoy this one a lot. I can definitely see why Aventus became so popular after smelling something like this, and it is, to me, a really great fragrance. Now, it's also quite versatile, so it does have a nice masculinity without being overstated, and it is woody, and it has a nice bright opening. So this is something that's very classy smelling as well. You can wear this to work, you can wear this to classy occasions, you can wear it when you're just having fun. It really is a very versatile masculine fragrance, and it is something I think other people do tend to enjoy. So I have gotten a couple of compliments with this one, and other people have definitely liked this one. And I don't think you're going to get many people that find this one offensive or something that they don't like the smell of. So if you really want to try something, I think that is a little bit closer to the older Aventus batches, but you don't want to shell out crazy amounts of money, this is a really good option. And that's one of the things. If you want to get a 2015 batch, you are going to pay a huge, huge premium on that. And so this really does recreate Aventus, the feel of Aventus really, really well. And so it is a much more cost-effective way to get that. So, if you haven't got your nose on this one, guys, do check it out. Highly recommend it. And as always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.